Hey, what is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. So it's gonna be a crazy off season. Obviously, I've been hearing some rumors about quarterbacks and stuff like that. I understand that people were getting a little bit pissed off about the Russell Wilson stuff, and I understand why that's the case. I go by what Howie Roseman has said at the end of the year press conference to talk about who's going to be the starting quarterback. He said it's going to be Jalen Hurts in 22, but I don't believe it, and I won't. I really won't at this point. Until there is some change, until there is something that does happen. Okay, there's nothing that's left for me to believe that nothing is set in stone right now with the Philadelphia Eagles and the quarterback position. I mean, that's just the way it is right now. I don't think nothing is set in stone with the quarterback position. As much as Howie Roseman names a starting quarterback for 22 already, I think Jalen Hurts has earned that starting spot. I take nothing from him. Still needs a lot to work on. I think this is going to be the year to see if he's going to be a franchise quarterback for the Eagles, if we're going to be at least trending in the right direction of where we're trying to go here. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of nuts, but love everybody. Appreciate everybody coming in the stream today. Jack Do, what's going on, bro? Rylan Yancey. What's going on, bro? Bird Gang Fossil, what's going on, man? Let's go hard, baby. Yeah, so obviously the big trade from the 76ers. You give away some shooters, and you get James Harden in the process. You get rid of Ben Simmons. So you get rid of your backup, you get rid of your second center. It sucks. You know what I mean? I think that's probably the big part of the trade that I really didn't like, but this hopefully it turns them around to be a contender for this year. So that's what I'm hoping. Connor Murphy, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day. BLSG, what's going on, bro? Lit City Lambo, what's going on, man? Jack Deuce says, Joey, would you rather have Stingley or Ahmad Gardner? I need to check Stingley with the foot injury that he had. I mean, the foot injury is probably the one thing I have to say. I don't know because I know he had a foot injury. I want to see his combine. Once we see the combine and what's going on with some of these players, like health-wise, I like Ahmad Sauce Gardner a lot. I like Ahmad Gardner. I love. I would take him definitely if he falls to us, or maybe he drops in the draft. I don't know. I like Booth from Clemson, obviously. So there's some guys I do like a lot. Yo, Jace, what's going on? ALO says Daniel Hunter via trade. That should be interesting. Now, he's old, isn't he, Daniel Hunter? He's from the Minnesota Vikings, right? Jay Shunks, I'm a Lakers fan. Everyone that's Sixers fan, how do you feel about James Harden? I mean, look, if he could stay healthy, I mean, you got an aged superstar. I mean, it's really all about him staying healthy. He's up there in age now. I mean, yeah, he's going to be great if he stays healthy, and it will help out Embiid a lot. Get some help here, and I think we'll be fine. I'm actually excited with the only thing I didn't want in that trade was kind of like Maxey. I didn't want Maxey in that deal at all. I was willing to trade Thibault as well. I didn't really care about him too much. I mean, I was kind of half and half on him, but I was okay with it. But I think hands down is all right trade. But let me see. So the Jackets fire, bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Jack Deuce says, or if only one was available, would you rather have Kyle Hamilton or Ahmad Gardner? Oh, I'll trade up for Kyle Hamilton. If Kyle Hamilton is available at 15, I'd take him. If he falls to like 8 to 10, I'd try to trade up and go grab him. I'd do that in a heartbeat. 6'4", 220 pounds. Yo, Vester, what's going on, man? Kings Verdi 88 says Harden is my favorite basketball player too. That's good, man. I'm happy. Happy he's a Sixer now. Edward Rice says, which players do you think the Eagles sign in free agency? Dude, I really don't know. Like, if it was up to me right now, like, I really like to go defensive end in free agency. I'd like to sign a receiver, and go pay big money to a safety. I mean, I really like to go for a Jabril Peppers at safety if we could do that. Jabril Peppers, I mean, pass rushers. Hassan Reddick. I mean, I know he's a 3-4. He plays in a 3-4, but I think you could put him in a 4-3. The guy from Miami, I made a video on a few days ago, which I really did like. Akba, whatever his name is, from the Dolphins. He's really good, a good defensive end that's almost had 20 sacks in 2 seasons. One of the highest, I think, a top 5 player top 5 player in pressures in the league right now. There's a lot of guys they can go after receiver-wise. I don't know what they're going to go after. Calvin Ridley, it looks like the Falcons are trying to get him back on track, but really it's up to Calvin Ridley at the end of the day for a trade. I don't know what's happening with him, but DJ Shark would probably be one of my top receivers. Christian Kirk would be probably one of my top guys, depending really how you're moving these receivers around. If you're going to move Quez to the outside and want to put Christian Kirk in the slot, it's a different story. There's different things you can, there's definitely different things you could do. So, the Hero Squad, what's going on, man? John Johnson, what's going on, bro? Corey Little says, what up, Joey Shakes? What's going on, Corey? How you doing, man? Eagles Uncensored Podcast, what's going on, guys? AL Low, Daniel Hunter's 27, 28. Oh, I thought he was a lot older. Maybe not. I thought he just signed a big contract not too long ago from Minnesota, didn't he? I mean, that's what I thought. Jason said, what up, Eagles? Did you guys get anybody to trade deadline your Bulls? Kings ever says he's going to be a big part in the 76ers. I hope so, bro. I really do. John Johnson crossing my fingers for Kyle Hamilton. Dude, I'm on board. There's a lot of different combinations. Really, I just want to take the best guy available that falls to us or we trade up for. If there's someone available that we really can't let go past us, a few teams, if there is a trade up, I'm totally fine with it. Jamal Marsh says, Joey Shakes, what's up? Shake Squad, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day, bro. Thanks for coming in, Jamal. Comments are, my preferred option for 2022 is to have a competition between Hurts and Minshew. If they don't look like the future, then get Bryce Young. I would hate the idea of an elite QB coming here, though. Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm not a big fan of the Russell Wilson trade. I'm not. I want to keep Jalen Hurts for another year. Hey, look, if they trade for a veteran quarterback, it is what it is. Because I know Howie Roseman is evaluating quarterbacks. So at this point, they've been following Malik Willis around at the Senior Bowl. I mean, all over the place. They were kind of around Kenny Pickett a little bit. They were following Malik Willis all over the place, which I don't think it's worth a first, second round pick to draft one of those guys. Maybe a Carson Strong in the 3rd round, if that's even the case. At this point, I wouldn't mind a competition. I really wouldn't. If you would rather have Hurts start or have a QB competition, totally fine. As long as you trade one of those first-round picks back for 2023 to have 2 first-round picks in 23, totally fine with that because you want to have your security for the future. That's why I don't want to trade for a veteran quarterback because I think we're going to miss out on getting another first-round pick for 2023 in case Jalen Hurts does not work out. So, yeah, I agree with that. ALO says, who do you think drops in the draft? I don't know, man. At this point, there could be a few guys like with some of the quarterbacks. I don't think they're going to be top 10 picks. I don't think a lot of quarterbacks are going to pick in the top 10. I don't and that sucks for us because we really need some of these key defensive guys. Okay, Sauce Gardner, I don't think is a top 15 pick. I don't think he will get picked in the top 15. Maybe not. I mean, I could be wrong. People will be going after Booth, be going after Stingley probably before Sauce Gardner. I understand Sauce Gardner hasn't, let up on a receiving touchdown, and I understand that. So, I mean, we'll see. But, I mean, there's going to be a lot of – if you can't get a cornerback, there's going to be linebackers. Someone's going to fall. Someone's going to fall to us, so. Brokey 711, the Sixers should have tried to keep one of Curry or Drummond. Get a little too much. Yeah, I think Drummond was really – look, when Curry is a different story because when Curry's hot, he's hot, okay? When he's having a bad game, he really doesn't do much. But when he gets his shots, he's on fire the whole game. Drummond is probably going to be the biggest one. I think that's more – because I think you replace your shooter and Harden, obviously, when you get rid of Curry. But when you have Drummond that gets traded – now your backup center is gone and there's really not much behind it, veteran presence wise, or somebody that can lay up those shots when Embiid is getting rest on the bench. So at this point, I think Drummond is probably the biggest loss of the trade when it comes to depth purposes and a guy that can go in and get some rebounds and help distribute the ball around if that's the case. So I get it, though. I get it. Hold on. Let me just go. All right, so I'll make sure the stream is on. Okay, we're good. Kings, number 88 says Eagles have to get a middle linebacker. I definitely agree. Hey, look, guys, if they pick linebacker in this draft, I'll be shocked. I mean, since 1978. I mean, that's the last time they drafted a linebacker in the first round. I mean, that's how long it's been. I'm not big on Nakobe Dean. I like Devin Lloyd a lot, and I really like Christian Harris a lot too. Those two I really do like. So we'll see. Christian Harris can cover. My God, he can cover slot receivers, running backs, great against the run. Devin Lloyd is probably the most balanced linebacker out there between coverage and blitzing and being physical. I love Devin Lloyd a lot. So, I mean, either of those two. Probably would like Devin Lloyd a little bit more because you get a little bit more with him, but it should be interesting. Corey Little says, what's the Russell Wilson talk, man? Yeah, so, there's definitely going to be rumors out. So rumors did come out that Russell Wilson is going to get traded. Now you have the Steelers, the Eagles that have been mentioned. The Eagles have been mentioned now, and obviously the Washington Commanders. And really, realistically, Washington probably has the most interest as of right now, but do they have enough to get him over there in a trade? I have no idea. Now, the Eagles will probably be first in line just because they do have most of the draft compensation. I don't know what draft picks the Steelers have. I haven't checked it out. Washington, I hardly doubt they have as much draft compensation as we do. I don't know if they have another first-round pick. We have 3 of them. So it's just something to be like, okay, well, maybe we can make a trade, or, they could make a trade, and they could probably take advantage of a trade for Russell Wilson. If that's the case, if they want to get rid of some assets like Jalen Reagor or JJ Arcega-Whiteside, or, because sometimes you just kind of get rid of players. Look, Seattle just wants a good draft pick at the end of the day, a couple good draft picks. Okay. If we add a player just to dump him off, I don't think they're going to care. A lot of teams don't really care when you dump players off. As long as the draft pick is good, they don't care about the other players. All right, we'll get him on the roster. We'll see what he could do. And if he doesn't, then we just get rid of him at the end of the day. So I fully understand that. Jack Deuce says, if Kyle Hamilton actually fell to us, it would be freaking awesome, Joey. We got to hope that teams get quarterback hungry before we pick. Yeah, that's going to be the problem. I don't know how quarterback hungry these teams are going to be because the Giants are picking a quarterback this year. Washington's going after a veteran quarterback this year. I don't know what other teams are really going after quarterbacks. The Steelers, obviously, I mean, they could just pick one of those guys. Maybe. I don't know. But getting to us, I don't know if that's even going to be the case. There might be less quarterbacks taken in the top 10 to the top 14, most likely. I don't know, but we'll see, though. Bryce Blackwell says, Russell Wilson, get ready. Kings Never Die says, Deshaun Watson, is he out of the picture? At this point, I don't know, because I haven't heard nothing on his allegations, his case, what's going on with him. I have no idea. Look, trust me, I'm always on Twitter. I'm always online. I'm trying to look for stuff to see if there's information on some of these quarterbacks. I haven't seen nothing on. I think the last thing I saw a few weeks ago on Deshaun Watson was he tried to get some settlements with these women. He tried to get the settlements going to where he just pays these people off on a settlement and kind of just get out of this whole thing. To me, this is what I believe. I believe that it might not happen. I might be wrong, but I think Deshaun Watson isn't even going to play this year. He might not. From everything he's going through and what's going on, might not happen. Common Star says Kyle Murray is looking to become available too, but he is the last QB I would want all the big name options. He is just really inconsistent and he has injury problems. Yeah, I believe it. I like Kyle Murray a lot, but he definitely has some injuries. His passing is inconsistent sometimes. His scrambling is really good. He's looking so it looks like he unfollowed the Cardinals off social media from what it looked like. So what's happening right now is, I think, from what he wants for an extension, he wants a $50 to $55 million extension as of right now. So we'll see what happens. I think they'll work it out. They're not going to lose Kyle Murray. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. Eddie Price, what's going on, bro? Jack Deuce says, would be great to see Malik Willis, Matt Corral, and Kenny Pickett go before us. That would open everything up. Oh, definitely. I mean, if there's 4 quarterbacks taken before we pick, oh, yeah, it's good. God, we're going to have so much to pick from, and it's going to be more exciting. So, last year where going down that board, and all the receivers were getting taken, and like we were running out. We missed out on 2 cornerbacks and Surtain and J.C. Horn. We missed out on all these receivers. Devontae Smith was really the only one left. And Eagles make a trade up to get it done. Thomas Everton, what's going on, bro? He says, "Hey Joey, what do you think about second Eagles helmet for the 2020 the 22 season?" There's a second. Oh, I mean, just having a second helmet in general. I mean, I hope so. I mean, I've been wanting those retro jerseys for so long. Like, I hope they at least try to change something. That's what I'm hoping. Yo, Eagles champ, what's going on, man? Comment star, yeah, I would not hate if any of the elite QBs came here. It's not just a preparation option. It would not be the worst thing ever, like some Eagles fans feel. It would be nice to have an elite QB. Yeah, of course, because then your passing game is a lot better, but, you use a second-round pick on Jalen Hurts, okay? Because theoretically, he played a season and a half. Pretty much theoretically, he played a season and a half with the Eagles so far. And it's still not enough time. I think you give him one more year. You build your roster, use your draft picks, use your cap space. Not all of it, obviously. Don't get yourself in the cap hell again, but sign some players. Build this team, and then you trade back one of your first round picks. And if you need a quarterback in 23, you go after a quarterback. And if that's a Bryce Young or whatever you want to go after, then then you make your pick, and that's it. You know what I mean? Kings Never Die says, if we get Calvin Ridley, he should be number 2. That is what probably of us getting Calvin Ridley. He will be a number 2, definitely. They tried. The Falcons really tried to make him the number 1 receiver, but it just didn't work out. He only played 5 games, okay, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns. It wasn't much, okay? It wasn't much. So it's really up to Calvin Ridley's camp and what he wants to do. He had the mental issues, depression, whatever he was going through this year. So, we're gonna see. But there's plenty of other receivers to go after than Calvin Ridley. Even though I think Calvin Ridley in a trade would cost cheap, it wouldn't be expensive. I think you could add some more flavor to that trade too to kind of make it worth it more for Falcons that are kind of rebuilding right now. Junior Chapa says Gardner is the best corner. I think he's one of the. I think he's definitely the best. I think he's better than Booth, to be honest, from Clemson. I mean, Booth is like my second best, and Stingley. I have to see where Stingley is with that foot injury before anything. I understand he's probably healthy now, but to see how he is, getting to 100%. Commissar would be amazing if we get Kyle Hamilton. Oh, definitely. Our Gray said that they have Millsap to fill the stretch after all with Drum gone. Curry is the biggest loss. I guess that makes sense. But are you gonna get the same production though? If that's the case, Bryce says Dean and Gardner can play. Oh, I know Dean can play. I want to get a guy in coverage as well. I want to get a guy. I think Devin Lloyd is gonna be a lot better in coverage, and Christian Harris too. Our Gray says Nakobe Dean is a flat out baller. Like, I do like him. I do. It's tough. I'm just being real picky. That's all. That's all it is. Jay Tyson, need a receiver with size if we continue to be a run-heavy team. Don't really like Quez and Smitty to block. No, I think you need a guy. And I think guys have size. I think Allen Robinson can be one of those guys. Even DJ Shark, DJ Shark's got some size to him. I don't think we're going to be dealing with all-speed receivers. Devontae Smith had an interview the other day saying that he really wants to bring in a veteran receiver, and it helps them out a lot, and you can learn from a veteran guy coming into the building. So I hope they bring somebody in. That'll probably make a lot more sense. We'll see. Jack Dude, Devin Lloyd, Care Alam, and Nakobe Dean, a man can dream. Yeah, that would be fantastic, bro. VG, I'm out on a QBs in the draft. Having said, I think 3 go before number 15. A lot of needy teams, not enough free agents to fill the spots. Yeah, I get it. The more quarterbacks that are taken, I mean, even if an offensive lineman is taken, I mean, Linderbaum could be going to the Giants, could be going. I don't know where he's going to be going. I mean, I can have the Eagles picking him up too. So we'll see what happens. Jack Duar, don't get Dean and trade the pick for next year. I think you're trading one of those 3 first-rounders. You're not keeping all 3 first-round picks this year. I highly doubt it. Comments are 100% agree with you on your opinion of linebackers coming out of the draft. I really like Christian Harris, Devin Lloyd. I feel Nakobe Dean is overrated. I mean, I think all 3 players are good, but when I'm talking about more of a balance aspect, more of a, coverage. I want to get a coverage guy. I want to get a nice balanced coverage, but could be physical, could be lineup, whether it's inside, outside. And I think you can get that with Devin Lloyd and Christian Harris. But I'm not saying Nakobe Dean is a monster. He's a tackling machine out there. Ethan Moore says great defense is irrelevant without elite QB play. So why is everyone calling for a defensive draft? Yeah, I mean, but the problem is you don't want to waste your first round pick on a quarterback. You don't want to waste your second round pick on a quarterback this year, because if you spend a first round pick on a quarterback, he's starting over Jalen Hurts. If you spend it on the second round pick, you really, if you bring a quarterback in with a second round pick, you really have no choice but to start him, because I don't want to go through this again, picking another quarterback in the first, second round, and you're wasting a player that could have been drafted here that could start on your roster day one. Just like when we picked up Landon Dickerson, and, we knew he had a lot of ceiling. We just didn't know how it was going to work out. You had Asante Samuel Jr. on the board. You could have got a corner in here, and JOK was on the board as well. So, I mean, there was a lot of different, there was different players that we could have started day one. We drafted Asante Samuel Jr. We wouldn't have needed to get Steven Nelson free agency. So, there's a lot that goes into it. You get Asante Samuel Jr. He's here for, 4 years with a 5th-year option. You know what I mean? I mean, 4 years, not 5th-year option. 4 years. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's, you can't miss out on some of these players. So, I mean, getting a QB just makes no sense to me as of right now. Shonuff says, I don't know. I don't think Russ goes Commander. Damn, that is so stupid. That name is pretty bad, bro. It's pretty bad. The uniforms aren't bad. The uniforms actually look pretty good, but the name is horrible. Jack, you said, but if Dean is there, you get it. Oh, Dean's there, definitely. If there's no Lloyd or Christian Harris, if there's no Devin Lloyd or Christian Harris, you go get Dean immediately. Definitely. I wouldn't doubt it. Don't doubt it. The V Trigger says, I think the ankle surgery is kind of concerning, and I do hope that Hurts bounces back and becomes a beast. Here's the problem with the ankle surgery. Okay, so right now, like, Jalen Hurts is going to miss a lot of time. Like, he'll make it to OTAs, but he's missing all that before OTAs, all that valuable time. So that might hurt just a little bit more. You know what I mean? So kind of crazy. We have 110 people in chat. Much love to everybody who's joined the stream today. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Like the stream if you guys haven't. We do have memberships. The Shake Squad Army memberships are up top in the live stream chat. We do highlights. I do stuff on here that I can't put on YouTube. So there is more content. Go get a membership. Doesn't matter which one you get. Much love to everybody that's been watching those draft highlights and all that stuff. The Joey Shakes Reacts. We're doing some of those. Much love to everybody that's been, supporting and everything. Much love to everybody. Nitro Freak's very happy right now. Super chat from Nitro Freak. He says, Harden time, let's go. Yeah, I'm excited, man. We finally, I didn't think we were going to pull it off. I didn't think by 3 o'clock, I said, I don't know if they're going to pull this trade off. They pulled it off. I mean, they gave up a lot, but, really, Drummond is probably the only thing that bothered me a little bit, but, I'll get over it. But I think team is looking really good right now. Looking really good. So I know Nitro's happy about it because I've been watching his tweets on Twitter. If you guys haven't subscribed to Nitro Freak either, he does cover the Philadelphia Eagles 76ers and has his Philadelphia Eagles podcast as well. So definitely check out his channel if you guys haven't. Much love, man. Appreciate you coming in, dude. Cryptologist, what's going on, man? You're always in these streams, man. It's not a party without you here. Big Chris says, have Hurts sit in the chair and throw during his rehab. Oh, man. You know what? I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? He's going to miss a lot of valuable time. I'm telling you, that time before OTAs is really important. It really is. He's going to miss all that time now because of getting the surgery. Michael Dujon says, I don't mind going for a QB in the third. Third round, I'm fine with. Totally fine. Quarterback in the first and second, I'm not a fan of it at all. I'm really not. Cody Cordero says, I doubt Russ will want to come here, especially that he has to sign off on a trade. There has to be more enticing teams he likes more than the Eagles, like Steelers and Washington. I mean, the only teams I know of are Steelers and Washington. Washington is a really good fit because their defense, I wouldn't say it's stacked, but it's pretty decent. You don't have to have a shutdown defense in the league today. It's a passing league, so you just need an average defense that just makes some stops. I think they have the defensive line. I think they have good linebackers. I think all around they're I think with another draft, I think they'll do a pretty good job to get more guys in that defense, and I really think they'll do well offensively. If Russell Wilson goes there, it's going to be tough to face them twice a year. It's going to be tough. So, Big Chris, what's going on, man? He says, "Keep it birds, Russ." Philly Nation 92, what's up, man? He says, "Yo, Joey, what do you think we could get if they package Dillard and Rager in a trade together?" I mean, at this point, if somebody wants Dillard, like, hopefully you can get a 4th-round pick for him. I mean, I'm not really looking for anything crazy. Rager, I don't think it matters. If they at least get a 6th-round pick for Rager, it's a steal at this point. But with Dillard, it's going to be interesting because remember when Jordan Mailata didn't play for a few games, Dillard did step in for a couple of games. I didn't think he played great. He didn't play bad. I thought he played solid. I didn't think I actually was kind of surprised how good he actually played when he was consistently playing a couple games when Jordan Mailata was out. You know what I mean? So I think you can get maybe a 4th-round pick, maybe. I mean, I'd kind of be reaching for a 3rd, but I think a 4th-rounder, just depending on how bad teams do want him. There has been rumors about Andre Dillard in a trade, happening. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but Matt Ruiz says, "Did I miss Russell Wilson talk?" Yes. I mean, we're going to be talking about it a lot probably tonight, most likely. So, yeah, I mean, Russell Wilson, there has been rumors, and we're talking about that now with obviously Commanders, Eagles, and Steelers. Steelers have no quarterback now. So, definitely some open spots for Russell Wilson to explore his options. Common Star says, "Yeah, Hurts rehabbing instead of fixing so many major flaws in his game is concerning." It's going to be concerning because you know what? I don't want them to do something where you only play three preseason games. Your second preseason game is going to be your dress rehearsal game, most likely. The Eagles cannot rest Jalen Hurts this offseason. You understand? Jalen Hurts has to get as many reps as he possibly can this offseason. If they rest him for a few weeks during preseason and don't play him, it's just a waste of time. I mean, whatever they're doing is just going to be a waste of time. This is a crucial year for Jalen Hurts, a very big, crucial year. Yolis, what's going on, man? I said, "Hey, Joey, what position is I don't know what that says." Big Chris, draft a backup QB round 3 to 5. Totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. They want to go after a Carson Strong in the 3rd round. That's his most I'd go for. I'm totally fine with it. I'm Awake RU says, "Yeah, I know another wide receiver, but keep your eyes on Treylon Burks. He could be sneaky pick at 16, just saying." Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about him at receiver, and I think he's really good. I really do. I just don't see the Eagles drafting another receiver this year. I mean, we've done it enough. I think we're good. I think they should just go trade for a vet, sign a free agent, and DJ Shark, Allen Ross. I mean, somebody at this point. I mean, I'm totally fine with it. If there's somebody that falls off the board and the Eagles can grab him to put him in competition with some of the other guys, because really at the end of the day, we want Jalen Reagor and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside to be off this roster because the more competition you bring in, the more it's going to be on their shoulders to make the team. So, Commissar, Russell Wilson would be perfect with Buccaneers. Wilson would throw 50 touchdowns with them. Yeah, good offensive line, great weapons. Yeah, it'd be perfect for him. That's another Tampa Bay's another team that's trying to look for a quarterback. Michael Duan says, "Been watching you a while now. Could I get a wrench, please?" Yeah, I'll give a wrench. If I give wrenches out, I really don't give wrenches out too much, but a couple here and there. But people cannot block people. I mean, timeouts are fine, but no blocking because I check it every single day to see who blocks people. I only have like maybe 3 moderators on the channel as of right now. Max announced Sixers have Harden. Howie has to definitely outshine, so he's going to get Deshaun Watson. Just watch, Joey. If not him, probably Russell Wilson. I don't think it's going to be, Jimmy Garoppolo because that's probably the quarterback I don't want the most out of all, probably. Zone LM says, "Bring back Sidney Jones." No thanks. I'm good with that. Jonas says, "Hey, Joey, which position is the best in this year's draft?" Oh, defensive end. I'd say between defensive end and linebacker are the 2 best positions. I think defensive end goes pretty deep, like 4 to 5 players. Hutchinson's going to be out of reach, obviously. The guy from Oregon, I can never say his name. Oh my God. Like I love David Ojabo is probably a guy I would get if he's there at 15. I would get him. The guy from Florida State, Johnson, I would get him. I like him a lot. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of defensive ends I like. And we need a pass rusher. There's no way they're not getting a defensive end. I think one of the positions I think they're going to get is defensive end. I don't think they have a choice because Brandon Graham is coming back from injury. You don't know how he's going to play. Josh Sweat's playing on a new contract now, and hopefully he plays better next year. Derek Barnett is walking in free agency. Hopefully the Eagles don't re-sign him. I'm actually wanting to see if he actually gets a contract from another team. That should be really interesting. Bicker says Mook Cox draft an edge rusher. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do. I don't think they can move Fletcher Cox. I don't think it's even possible because they restructured him 2 times. They restructured him at the end of 2020. Then they restructured him again and freed up $11 million this past in 2021. And his dead cap number is big now. I don't even know if they're even going to be able to. I don't know if they're going to be able to even do anything with him. I don't think you can release him post-June. Pre-June, I don't know if you could even trade him because of the dead cap number the Eagles are going to take for it. So I don't know. Joe McCoach says, aren't people really choosing Hurts over Wilson? Y'all are smoking. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, there's probably a lot of people are picking Hurts over Wilson. Sears Dub wants that we should trade Barnett for Jadeveon Clowney or Jumbo. No, but I mean, Barrett you're talking about? Or Barnett. Well, he's a free agent anyway, so. Commissar Dillard and Samala could be traded for some good picks. Samala's going to be an interesting one because he's coming back to, he was hurt the whole entire year. Land Dickerson went to left guard, and I want to keep Land Dickerson at left guard. My gut feeling about Jason Kelsey that he will stay for another year. Okay, so that's why if Tyler Linderbaum is available at 15, 16, I would get him. I honestly would get him. It's going to be tough, but I would get him. And I wouldn't blame the Eagles for getting him. You know what I mean? Even bringing him in, even if Kelsey isn't retiring after this year. Just playing one more year at the end of the day. So, we'll see. But Samalo, you could trade. He's on a new contract. I haven't checked out his contract, so I have to check that out before anything. Let me check here. Brandon Brooks obviously retires, so you free up 13 to 16 million with him. So that should be interesting. Obviously, that should be really interesting. I'm trying to find out his contract. All right, so Isaac Samalo, okay. His contract is it's voided. Okay, so this must be because of the injury settlement that he did get. Yeah, so not much here. So he's making $5.6 million. His cap number is 7.6, which isn't horrible. So if you cut him pre-June, you have 5.8 in dead money. I think you only save about 1.8 million. So it's not really working out. Post-June, if you are able to cut him, you save 5.6, only 2 million in dead cap. And really it's the same if you trade him, pretty much the same thing. If you trade him post-June, if you trade him or cut him post-June, you'll save about 5.6 million, 2 million in dead cap. So I just want to check that. I never checked that out. So I kind of want to check that real quick just to make sure what was going on. Rambo, what's going on, man? He says, off top, Joe, but if you get a chance, buy a lemon, put slice in half, and put salt and hot sauce. It's the bomb. I don't know if I'd ever do that. And that's probably going to be a disaster if I do that. But, hey, maybe we'll do it one day. Maybe I'll place a bet if we lose a game. Maybe I'll do that. I'm Awake. Are you says, tell Doug to give us a second for Dillard. I would love that. It's gonna be interesting because Zach Ertz a free agent. See what the Jaguars are gonna do with Doug Peterson. Now you have Press Taylor as his offensive coordinator. He loves Press Taylor. I don't get it. Michael Dion says because of Hurts injury, I could see Eagles going after QB in the draft. Yeah, but it's not worth it. These quarterbacks aren't worth the first, second round pick. I just don't think they're worth it. I don't. I like Malik Willis, but I don't like him that much. I'm not all on board for any of these quarterbacks. If you force me to choose one, I will choose one. Cody says, although I'd rather not trade for Russ, Howie has no way to make trades happen. Hopefully he could pick up some other picks like dealing Gardner or Dillard. I think Dillard is going to have interest. I think Gardner's definitely going to have interest. I think you can get some extra draft picks, some extra draft compensation. I believe you could get it. Dave Trillo, yo, bro, I'll watch one once the draft comes. I could take these rumors, and what if it stresses me out the time to focus on the sandwiches? Keep it easy, bro. No, I understand, bro. Trust me, for me, it's stressful too because I'm hearing the same things over and over every offseason. So you know how I'm feeling as well. So definitely gonna be watching the Sixers a lot more. Ramos says, oh yeah, and warm up tortilla, put butter on it, hot sauce. It's the bomb. That sounds good though. Big Chris, I'm taking the Super Bowl winning QB Russ over Hurts. Stop it. That dude says Hurts resting shouldn't matter. We have the GOAT in waiting, Minshew. That dude is a big Gardner Minshew fan. Look, at the end of the day, I don't think Gardner Minshew is a franchise quarterback right now. I mean, really, there's no proof that he's a franchise quarterback. Played one game, well, 2 games, really. I know the finale game, he had no help because he had no offensive line that whole entire game. So, Common Star says Carson Strong has a crazy arm. I think his arm might be the strongest arm in the NFL, but the problem with him is he's not mobile. He has some serious knee injury concerns. Yeah, I know he has the knee injury concerns, and that's why he's going to drop in this draft. Those knee concerns are definitely going to have him drop in this draft, not being consistent, but the arm is really good. So, Jay Tyler says, what do you think about Kobe Bryant, the corner opposite of Sauce Gardner? I have no idea who that is. That guy, I have no idea who that is. I'm just being honest. Zonay Adriel M says, Jimmy G going to be a Comey. Jimmy G going to Tampa Bay sounds most likely. There has been some rumors about Jimmy G in a trade with Tampa. Jimmy G and the front office are trying to find a trade partner right now for that deal to happen. So we'll see what happens with that. David says, what about my wrench, bro? I've been following you since the beginning. For some reason, I don't know why. I tried giving a wrench before and it wouldn't let me for some reason. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. Yeah. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. I'll find it in a second because Watson over Wilson. When it comes to youth, sure. Watson's got more youth. You have more time to build a team around him. With Wilson, unfortunately, I don't know how many more years he's going to be able to play. I know that Wilson can play. I have no problem with Wilson. Wilson's not going to be cheap. That's the whole issue with this whole thing. He's not going to be cheap. Plus, he's old. He's 33 years old. How many more years does he have left? Then you can put more pressure. If you give up 2 first-round picks for this year's draft, you got more pressure on you. Then you're going to compete for a Super Bowl. I mean, that's what that trade is going to tell me if that happens. Michael Duan says, if you're GM of the Eagles, how would you pick the first round? I mean, at this point, I think you're trading one of those first-round picks back for security for 2023. Get another first-round pick. Well, I think you take the 19th pick. I'd trade that back if I could. 15, 16, I try to move up one of those picks a few spots and maybe trade a mid-round pick. Maybe trade for Kyle Hamilton if he's available between 8 to 10. If any of the line, I would go to defensive end and linebacker. I would do that, defensive end and corner. I want to get a pass rusher before I get anything else as of right now. And I understand we need safeties really bad. We need a complimentary piece for TJ Edwards really bad because Davion Taylor is just always hurt. So Sean says, knowing that Hurts will miss a lot of time to improve during the offseason, this will give Howie incentive to make a move at QB. There will be a new QB on this team. I don't believe in Howie Roseman's words that Jalen Hurts is starting quarterback next year. I don't believe it. I don't, because I don't trust him. Every time Howie Roseman says we're going to be aggressive, he always does the opposite. Has Howie Roseman said that we're going to be aggressive this year? No. Has not even said he's going to be aggressive. So that's probably a good sign that he will be aggressive, where he is monitoring quarterbacks. He monitored Kenny Pickett and Sam Howell during the season himself. Okay. You named Jalen Hurts starting quarterback for next year immediately at that press conference after that loss to Tampa Bay. And then you're following Kenny Pickett, and then you're following Malik Willis at the Senior Bowl all week. You're following him all over the place. Okay. Comment stars, I wonder how he feels about Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a big cap hit. He's like a $42 to $45 million cap hit this year. I don't want Kirk Cousins. I'm not a fan of him in the big moments. He just does not pan out. And I don't think I think the new head coach for the Vikings as of right now, I think he wants to keep Cousins. I don't think Cousins is going anywhere. I think he's got one more year on his deal. I think one more year, I think. Should be interesting though. Michael says, would you trade away one of our first round picks for Metcalf? Oh, 100%. Let me tell you something. I'm waiting for Howie Roseman to trade for a marquee name player. And if he trades for DK Metcalf, I'd trade a first round pick in a heartbeat. I mean, in a heartbeat. DK Metcalf, Quez Watkins, and Devontae Smith plus Dallas Goedert. Bro, it's I do that in a heartbeat. I still on a rookie deal. I do it now. I would do it. No joke. Yang Gang says, move Cox. How exactly does that work? I don't think you can. I don't think you move Fletcher Cox because you restructured him 2 times in 2 years. I mean, pretty much. You restructured him in the offseason of 2021, and then you restructured him again during 2021, and his cap numbers are just ridiculous right now. It's his dead money is ridiculous. Brosen says trading a second for Jimmy would be really smart. I'd rather Jimmy G on a 1-year deal using all 3 first-round picks on position of need. I mean, what's wrong with that? Trade Hurts for a third. I'm just not into Jimmy G that much. Like Jimmy G, has thrown some. Even in the playoffs, he looked like crap. I mean, he was throwing some of those sideline passes like fadeaway shots, and they could have got picked like 4 or 5 times. I mean, even when he was getting tackled, he was trying to throw the football. Remind me of Carson Wentz when he's getting tackled and trying to make some big play happen when he's getting tackled. I didn't like the decision making from Jimmy G. I really wasn't a big fan of Jimmy G when he got that big contract from the 49ers. Like, he got a big deal from the 49ers as a starting quarterback. In 2 seasons, he was hurt and still got a big contract. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's horrible, and I'm not saying he's better than what we have, but at the same time, I think we could be better. I think we could get someone better. We'll see. Yo, Matt, what's going on, man? I didn't realize that Hurts was going to be out for basically all offseason until OTAs. Now I'm a little nervous. Yeah, that's the problem I have, too. Like, he's missing all that time before OTAs when he's practicing with the receivers and he's getting the guys together. He's not going to be able to do that now, which is going to be a big problem. So we have 150 in the chat right now. Much love to everybody that's coming to the stream. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. It does help out the channel a lot. And we have memberships for obviously the extra content we put on here. I'm doing draft reactions. I'm doing stuff that I can't put on YouTube, so it's a little bit X-rated. Some other stuff, relax. Not that bad, but it's bad enough. And a lot of channel membership videos are up. Link is up there. Any tier is available. You get a tier, you get the extra content. That's how it goes. Link in the description below as well. So definitely click that link too. Okay. Just wanted to Oliver Rosk says Hurts fans are something else. They think he could be an elite QB. I don't know if he's going to be. I don't. I mean, did he get better from the beginning of 2021 to the end? Sure, he definitely did. Still a lot of flaws. Anticipation on throws, being more patient in the pocket, your reads, your progressions, missing receivers that are wide open for touchdowns, and just being accurate. Those are the issues we're trying to fix with Jalen Hurts right now. And kind of we're giving him this year to, hopefully fix that if that's the case. Big Chris says we still need a right guard. Yeah, you know what? Jack Driscoll's a good player. Like, I liked him a lot. I think he's a great backup. If someone jumps in front of him, he'd be a great backup. You have Nate Herbig that can play both guard spots. Totally fine with that. I still think they need to get a right guard. I think they'll draft an offensive lineman. If Taylor Linderbaum is not with the Eagles, I think they'll draft a right guard somewhere between the 3rd and the 5th round, most likely. Or maybe trade for. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the left side is solid right now. We used to be great on the right side. Now the left side is just solid with Land Dickerson and Jordan Mailata, 2 very young stars that are going to be here for years to come. So I'm very excited for that. Eagles Fly says that Wilson news pissed me off when I see it. We need to stick with Hurts, build around, and don't waste these picks. Yeah, I know, dude. I agree. Like the Eagles need to stick with Hurts this year. We have to just, hey, look, if Hurts play, hey, look, we trade a first round pick back, for 23, and Hurts works out, you're gonna have an extra first round pick for 23 if that's the case. But if he doesn't, then yeah, you're gonna have to make some decisions after this year. Because look, guys, statistics are not gonna matter. Like if we see the same repetitive crap we've been seeing from a year and a half from Jalen Hurts, I'm like, at this point for me, I give him until like week 10, 11 of the season. Like, and that's a stretch. Like I'm giving him until between week 10 and 11 to show me like that he is turning around as a quarterback. And I feel like if he's not by that time, we might be looking for something else. Benny Boom 68 says, yo, Joey, I'm digging that shirt. I appreciate it. I think it's from Fanatics, I think. I don't know if they sell them anymore, but Cody Cordero says, I don't think anyone is debating Russ is a better QB than Hurts. There's no discussion. However, we ain't the Bucks trying to get our QB. Way too many holes in our team. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like I just said before, use your draft picks, build your team, keep Jalen Hurts for another year. I'm telling you guys, it is going to pay off. It will pay off. You just got to just be patient. It will. Because if you give up 2 first-round picks for a quarterback that's not going to be here for more than 3 years, not less than 4, maybe 3 years, who knows at this point how many more years that Russell Wilson could play, if Deshaun Watson's even going to be available. I mean, there's no promises with it. There's no promises with it. Mother's Johnson, I would rather either draft Ritter or Strong, whoever's in the 3rd round. Yeah, I mean, look, 3rd round, I'm totally good with getting a quarterback. Fine with it. If it's 3rd round, I'm fine. If it's anything else, I'm really not a fan of getting a quarterback 1st, 2nd round. I don't want to waste another pick, bro. I'm tired of wasting picks. I don't want to waste another pick. So should be interesting. Adrian Joseph, can we get a first for Dillard like the Bengals, maybe? Yeah, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. Michael Duan says, great show, Shakes. Hey, Michael, I appreciate it, man. Common Star says, you have Dickerson at left guard, Nate Herbig or Jack Driscoll at right guard. There's no room for Samalo, and I don't see him as the future center. Now, Samalo has played center. He actually has, but actually Driscoll's played center. Samalo has played center before. I obviously never put Herbig at center ever again after those couple snaps he had. Holy crap. I'm never doing that again. So I don't know if there's going to be room. I don't know. But his contract and if they can make something happen, I don't know. But we'll see. Was Isaac Samalo? I'm not a fan of his pass. I'm not really. His run blocking's pretty good. His pass coverage ain't fantastic. So, Limicott said, are we finally getting a QB? It could happen, bro. I don't believe Howie Roseman. Like before the season starts in 21, he's like, oh, they didn't even announce a quarterback for weeks in the offseason. All of a sudden the season ends, and they're like, Jalen Hurts starting quarterback for 22. I'm like, oh, okay. That makes sense. That was pretty quick, right? That was pretty quick. So Howie Roseman doesn't give out any plans of what maybe he wants everyone in the league to consider that he's keeping Hurts. It could be a smokescreen at the end of the day. So Brigade Blue says, what are the symptoms of pink eye? I mean, pink eye. Your eyes pink, swollen. Pretty much. James Madalena says, hello, you looking forward to watching the Jags versus Eagles in 22? Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're going to be facing the Colts if Carson Wentz is still the quarterback. You're facing the Colts in Indianapolis. You're facing the Jaguars next year. You're facing the Cardinals and Zach Ertz if he's still there. Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be kind of crazy. It's going to be kind of nuts. I'm awake. Are you says Harden is wearing number 1. Let me cost us 13 is retired, so I get why. Big Chris says give up a number 2 to Seattle for Metcalf. The number 2, the 2nd round pick, or the 16th pick. I mean, either or. If it's a 2nd rounder, I'd give it up in 2 seconds. There'd be no questions asked. KSF 3455. Minshew is way better than Hurts. I mean, look, I don't think we've seen enough evidence for that to happen yet. Jeff Namesys says, I want Russ. I don't care what y'all say. See, there's people who want Russell Wilson. I don't doubt it. KSF says Eagles can never even trade with Hurts. Let's see. Comment says all about getting those Super Bowl rings. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. I mean, at this point, like, do you guys want to build a team that can be good for years, or do you want to build a quick team that's only going to be here on a big cap number for a couple of years? That's the big question of what they're trying to turn this team into. Obviously, with the Super Bowl, we could have been a better tenured team. And I thought 2018, I thought we would have went back to the Super Bowl. That catch is made by Alshon Jeffrey. We get to the end zone and we win that game against the Saints. We faced the Rams. We beat them in the NFC Championship game because they were horrible. And the Patriots defense was so bad. And Tom Brady played a really bad game. I mean, the defense played better than Tom Brady in that Super Bowl against the Rams. But Jesus Christ, I thought we could have been. I thought we could have been back there in 2018. But between not drafting well and obviously just keep restructuring veteran players every single year, not hitting on your draft picks, this is the situation that we're in now, unfortunately. Chris R says, no one is denying Russ is an improvement over Hurts. The issue is that trade for Wilson kills out rebuild. We could get an edge linebacker corner in the draft, and we have money still. Trade for Russ kills all that. Yes, trading for Russell Wilson is going to kill your draft. It is. Like, you're rebuilding this defense. Like, this defense, someone's telling me this defense is average. This defense is not average. This defense is below average, in my opinion. I don't think it's good at all, okay? It's not. Long shot. It's not. It's not an average defense. You can get into the playoffs with an average defense that makes some stops. Totally fine. But we don't have that here. We don't. We don't even have a pass rush, okay? Steven Nelson, is he walking in the free agency? We lose a cornerback. Big play Slay. His contract is up after 2022. Then you're down to no cornerbacks. You have Tay Gowan, Zach McPherson. There's really not much behind there, even though I'm actually kind of interested to see the competition with Tay Gowan being obviously that big Zach Ertz trade. You know, we'll see what happens with that. Should be interesting, though. Yankee said there are probably only 4 to 5 guys we're trading up for in the draft. Oh, definitely. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, if you want to trade up for Kyle Hamilton, Aiden Hutchinson, the pass rusher from Oregon might be a top 10 pick this year. I mean, you could trade up if you want a certain linebacker, if Nakobe Dean, Devin Lloyd, or Christian Harris are going to be up there in the top 10. It's a lot. Kings Never Die says, do you think they should get Alex Singleton a contract extension? I don't even know. Is he on contract for next year? Or is he a free agent next year? I don't even know, actually. I don't even know. That dude said Cousins' career 59-59, too trash, man. Limit God says, how many draft picks for a kiss? What the hell? Jazz View says, keep the pick, sign Mike Williams or Kirk. I like Mike Williams a lot. I mean, DJ Shark is probably gonna be like, if we're not getting Calvin Ridley in a trade, DJ Shark is probably gonna be my top guy this year, and then Christian Kirk after that. I think those are my 2 receivers I would get. Chris Godwin, I'm not taking a chance off an MCL, ACL injury. I'm not dealing with that. So yeah, I'm not sure. Common Star says, I would not be shocked if Howie drafted QB. Anything is possible when it comes to the man who believes in a QB factory. That's why, like, when I make a video, I made that Russell Wilson video, and everybody's like, you're clickbait. You're trying to, not clickbait and everything, bro. Like, you honestly think that Jalen Hurts might start? You think there's no chance right now that Howie Roseman is not monitoring quarterbacks right now? Then you're out of your mind. Like, there's people telling me I'm just making a clickbait video, which is BS. Okay. I don't do clickbait videos. Okay. I state what I think is the right thing. See, people look at the thumbnail and they're just like, oh, and they don't watch the video. Like, that was a 16-minute video, which I hardly do 16-minute videos. Like, back in the day when I first started, I was doing like 25-minute videos every damn video I made. Not anymore, because that's just way too much. Mason says, what about Michael Thomas? He shouldn't cost. Dude, nah. I don't think you're going to be able to, because of his contract. He's due like $22-25 million the next 2 years. $22 million and a $25 million cap. I mean, he's like he's a huge cap number. And Thomas, the issue with him is that he opens his mouth a lot. I don't know. For me, he's always been a troublemaker. I don't know what the Saints are doing with him. I think the Saints are stuck with him because of his contract. That's not soda. That's lemonade, by the way. So I don't think that's going to be, I don't think that's going to happen. Greaser Bub the Original says, seems like most folks here do not see Hurts as QB of the future. No, definitely not. There's a lot of Eagles fans that don't see Jalen Hurts as the future. I mean, absolutely, definitely. I mean, it's not definitely not going to happen. Definitely people that have no. I mean, look, I haven't seen enough. Okay, at the end of the day, I haven't seen enough. Like that Tampa game, of all the footage I watched of that Tampa game, and he missed Quez Watkins on 3 touchdowns. That game was over in 10 minutes. And then Tampa's defense, there was audio from Tampa's defense saying that Jalen Hurts can't read defenses. If a defense can actually read that Jalen Hurts cannot even read a defense, it's not good. It's really not good. It's not. To hear that from another team, it's really not. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I don't know, bro. We got Jazz Fusions. Eagles will take QB in the 5th, and that's totally fine if they do that. No problem. Just don't take one in the 1st and 2nd, obviously. KSF 3455. At this point, Vince Young is better than Hurts. I want to see. I'm excited to see what Hurts does this year. I am. I'm excited to see if he improves on anything. Obviously, some of the offseason work, he's going to miss most of it because of this stupid ankle. But it is what it is. Jane Malley says, anyone looking forward to the Jags versus Eagles? David Trudell says, first-round pick for either DK or Mike Evans. We need big receiver for Hurts development. We need a vet or someone proven. I like Mike Evans, but look, if you could trade for DK, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I mean, that would be like Howie's got to grow some balls when he trades for players. When's the last time the Eagles gave up a first-round pick for a player? I'll wait because I think Jason Peters is the last time the Eagles traded for a player. First-round pick. First round. Besides the Golden Tate trade, they haven't gave up anything more than a 4th-round pick. Besides the Golden Tate trade for a 3rd and 19. They have not traded for anybody, okay? They haven't traded for anybody higher than a 4th-round pick. They trade for a player for a late pick that's on that has 1 more year left as a rental. That's what he likes to do. I'm not into those trades. I need some aggressiveness this year. I just need some aggressiveness. I at least want to see that he tried to trade for a big time player, at least, because half of these trades that go down for these marquee names, and we're like, oh my God, like even DeAndre Hopkins was probably the one that got so pissed off over. I mean, the Texans gave up Calvin Ridley. I mean, Calvin Ridley, David Johnson. Sorry, I don't know why I just said Calvin Ridley. The Texans gave up David Johnson, an aging running back, and a 2nd-round pick. I mean, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. Like the Cardinals got a steal from that trade. I mean, a total steal. They gave up a 2nd-round pick. It's just nuts. Like some of these trades, I'm like, Howie Roseman should have got on this trade. Like, really? So May says he barely played football the past 2 years, has character issues. So yeah, I don't think he'll cost much. Maybe like a 2nd-round pick. Jim says Jalen Reagor and JJ Whiteside, please. Breaking news for trade in the draft. I'm praying. I highly doubt it. When's the last time we trade a player in the draft? It's been a while. Michael says, do you have film on Desmond Ridder? Is he a potential draft pick in the 3rd or 4th? I haven't covered Desmond Ridder yet. I'm going over a lot of draft stuff now, like the Super Bowl's this weekend, and then it's going to be straight cut, crazy prospects. So Chris R says, would love to see Eagles get Bailey Zapp in the 4th round, get the ball out very quick. He makes some fearless throws. I've seen some film from him. He's pretty quick. John Jones, get rid of both J. John and Reagor. Hey, I agree on that, bro. Greaser Bub says, my biggest gripe with Hurts is he does not see a lot of wide open receivers, and that's another problem, definitely. Big Chris, we going into the draft fully loaded. This draft could define Howie's career. That's definite. Oh yeah, it's one of the most important off seasons for the Philadelphia Eagles. Like this draft, we didn't have much going in we didn't have much. We had $3 million the first day of free agency last year, 2021. We had $3 million under the cap, which means we had $3 million to spend at the first day of free agency. Like, we knew that last year's draft was an important draft, which I think has panned out pretty well. Going to this year, last year was more intense. Now we actually have money, and now we actually have 3 first-round picks. We're going to have like $30 to $40 million. It's going to be interesting. I'm telling you. We got a super chat from Tyrell. What's going on, man? Hope you're having a good night tonight. Thank you for the super chat. He says, speaking of 2020 offseason with Hopkins, the Eagles could have made a trade for Odell from the Browns and drafted Kenneth Murray and Jeremy Chin. I know. It's great. Kenneth Murray, Jeremy Chin was definitely that was one of the picks that we missed out on. Really good player right now. Hopkins was just you're not going to see a trade. Bill O'Brien is an idiot. Okay. This is why he was a GM and a head coach at that time when they didn't have a GM and Bill O'Brien took over everything for the Texans. Like that trade, like that sucks. Like if you're a Texans fan, that would have pissed me off. I mean, a guy that's well in his prime and can play over his prime, which is crazy. But I do like, Odell Beckham is definitely one we missed out on. I mean, look, like I'm not a big fan of Odell. When he went to the Browns, he really disappeared for a long time. But, he's playing really good with the Rams. He's doing a good job. He's looking like the old Odell Beckham with the Rams right now. So, it's definitely something he missed on. I think, it's a 1-year deal this year. So, would he come to the Philadelphia Eagles? I don't know, but it should be interesting. But, Tyrell, appreciate the super chat, bro. G said, look at Alec Pierce when you get the chance. I will. I'm going to be over all these guys. Like the draft's in April. I've gone over some of the linebackers already. I'm kind of going to defensive line right now. Really on only needs. I'm not really looking at defensive tackle or maybe more defensive ends just because I'm kind of looking at where the Eagles are looking right now. So definitely free agency. I've been all over free agency, what the Eagles needs are. So, John Jones, the owner should have never let the DC come back. Young guy says Eagles are full of bro. What does that mean? OFS. King Never Dies says, do you think the Eagles will draft a running back? I wouldn't mind drafting a running back. Like I want to draft like something like a Najee Harris type running back, like bruiser back, big body, elusive. Like I'm not saying exactly like Najee Harris. I'm not saying you're going to draft someone like that. But I'm saying someone in that caliber that you could, have in a rotation. Because I don't know what's going to happen with Jordan Howard next year. Boston Scott's a free agent. You know what I mean? Miles Sanders is on one more. I think he's got one more year left. That's it. And he's gone. Like, you're down to Kenneth Gainwell after that. Really? Howard's gone. Howard's gone after this year. Boston Scott's gone already. Free agency. Miles Sanders got another year left on his contract, and that's it. And you're down to Kenneth Gainwell as your running backs. I don't know if they're going to pay Miles Sanders. I really don't know if they're going to pay him. They should have, used him a lot more. Even in the Tampa game, never used Boston Scott. Never used Jordan Howard. Barely, not even 3 reps. Nothing. They just threw Miles Sanders coming off of an injury the past 3 weeks. They just throw him in the game. Like, take the players that you got to the playoffs with. The running backs that got you all those rushing yards. It's not just Miles Sanders. You got to use Boston Scott. You got to use Jordan Howard, Kenneth Gainwell. They didn't use any of those guys. We have Nick Kick 757. Our offense has to be better next year playing play calling wide receiver and all. You know what? I could see if we get a receiver. So this is what happens, okay? This is my plan. If the Eagles pick up a receiver in free agency or trade for Calvin Ridley and we still can't get production from these receivers, it's not just the quarterback that's going to be a problem. This offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen, has pissed me off. And it's the route combinations that they're running that makes no sense. I've been watching a lot of Baldy's breakdowns of like the route combinations the Eagles do. Like they're running 4 verticals. Why they're not working anything to the middle of the field? No, they're just running. Verticals don't beat man coverage. Depending on the player, it does. But just because you're running a vertical, it's not the only move you make to beat man coverage or the only route combination to beat man coverage. I don't know. Shane Steichen is definitely on my list next year. If I don't see improvement between quarterback to receiver, it's going to be a problem. John says there's a chance that the team could move up. Oh, definitely. Like, look, at the end of the day, if there's one player they really want, they could trade 2 of those first-round picks and get one player, okay? If they're trading up from like 8 to 10, if Kyle Hamilton drops to 8 to 10, they can move up at that point if that's the case. Eagles are actually in a really good spot. Like they're not too late in the first round. They're not too early in the first round. They're just in. They're more early than late, obviously, but they're just in the right spot to where they can move up a little bit and not give up too much. I think they're in a really good spot right now in this draft where they could do a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know what's going on with this. It's kind of pissing me off, obviously. Hold on. I just fixed my internet connection the other day. I just fixed my internet connection the other day because something was going on the other day. So, okay. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. We're good now. We're good. Let's see. Alvarez says, I lived through the waiting game of waiting in a ring in the Reed era. Been there and done that. It's time for an elite QB because it's sad when the most touchdowns an Eagles QB has ever thrown was 33. And I feel like we could just do so much better at that position right now. But, you know, I think someone will break that record once we get that right guy in here. If Jalen Hurts isn't it, then the next guy hopefully will break that record and we'll have more. I mean, 33 touchdowns is nothing. I mean, I know there's quarterbacks out there that are throwing over 40 touchdowns, more 45 to 55, 58 touchdowns. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you can get a quarterback in here that can do a lot more. Asshole says next year Philly is going to be like Denver, a team of QB away from being a 10er. Question is, do you get the QB now and build around him, or hold that and hope to get one in the draft? Well, this draft there's no QBs in this draft. If there was a Joe Burrow in this draft, obviously you'd get him. But as of right, if there was, I think Howie would go for it. But as of right now, there's nobody in the first round. There's nobody that's worth a first round pick or a second. I don't think any of these quarterbacks are. In our position financially, in our position where we are with our team and our roster right now, trying to rebuild some positions, we're just not in the right spot right now. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Sonny Buggett says no way Odell and Jalen Hurts would work out. Big Chris says should Howie go after Fournette? I mean I like Fournette. I've always liked Fournette coming out of LSU. But I think he signed a new deal, didn't he? Or he signed another year? I don't know. I don't know what he's on contract for. John says, yeah, the Raiders need a legit receiver. Michael says, would you trade a first this year, a first next year, Hurts for Watson? A first this year, a first next year, Hurts for Watson if Watson settles. If it's trading a first-round pick this year in 22 and trading a first-round pick in 2023, I'm fine with that. If it's for a quarterback, I'm fine with that. Like, I still think we should start Jalen Hurts next year, but I'd rather do that than trade 2 first-round picks in one draft this year. I mean, that's just the truth. Yes, it hurts a lot. Draft power back in the 4th. I wouldn't mind it. We got to steal with Kenneth Gainwell in the 5th round. Got to steal with him in the 5th round. I loved him. Commissar said Odell would have nothing to do with QB. Hurts would miss him open a lot. Odell would be throwing anger. Yeah, like you even saw it when Odell has to go to the sideline, even in the playoff game. Odell, what was it? Stafford told Odell to go to the sideline. You see how pissed off he was? Like he's gonna be pissed. Like he's gonna be pissed off. That's the Eagles fans love sloppy seconds, sloppy thirds. Technically sloppy thirds. Kevin Lewis says, do you believe that Miles is a fit for the future? If he stays healthy, bro, like he's got to stay healthy. He's been getting these injuries. He's been out multiple weeks, like a few times already. That's what's worrying me. Like paying him, I don't like paying running backs. That's me because I think like the offensive, I think you could just plug in players in this offense. This offensive line is a top 5 offensive line. You get a starting right guard. You're gonna have a top 3 offensive line. You have one of the best offensive lines. That's definite. I think I don't know. He's got to really have a breakout year. Like he's due for one. Did he even run in for a touchdown this year? I don't even think so. Dave said, by the way, bro, I like that jacket. You got one where I can get one like that. I think Fanatics, check Fanatics, but this is kind of old from a few years, so I don't know if they'll have any more. But I would just check it out. Check out like fleeces. John Jones, no, Chris, he had better not go after a running back from the Jags. Ryan Dick says defense. It makes me sick to know Micah Parsons, the one defensive rookie of the year. That could have been our guy. Because I think what the Eagles didn't see him on Micah Parsons was his coverage and that he can actually be a pass rusher. Like you can line him up as a pass rusher, which I think, he's, oh my God, he's great. Dallas is lucky. One of the best linebacker cores in the league, and we can't even get two linebackers right at this point. We don't even have a caliber linebacker like that. That's definitely not happening right now. Jazz says Watson faces league suspension after the law is done. Yeah, and that might happen too. So after this is all said and done, but if he's innocent, they shouldn't suspend him. That's just not right. Like if he's innocent by the law, he shouldn't be suspended. But they might put him. I forgot what the term is for the NFL. When they suspend you for a certain amount of time for getting in trouble or whatever happened. If that's the case, then he might get suspended. Sean says, running back Tyler Algier out of BYU could be a perfect fit. Yeet Rosen says, I'm really a big fan of the idea of grabbing O-line the first. Look at what Cowboys did. I hate them, but they are much better at drafting than us. Use their strategy of building your line for a year. Oh, yeah, Cowboys are better drafting than we are. I agree. They've hit on a lot more picks than we have. So, but we've started to get some good picks. Yang Yang says, Joey, check out Tyler Algier, running back BYU. You can get him in the 4th or 5th, 5'11", 220, can ball. I'll check him out. I haven't went over the running backs yet, so I'll check him out. Michael said, I like Dalvin Cook, bro, at running back with our 4th round pick. Dalvin Cook. Common Star said you can find good running backs in later rounds. We're past the point where running backs should be taken in the first 3 rounds. Heck, there's a lot of running backs who went undrafted. Even the running back from San Francisco, I love him. That running back from San Francisco, I forgot his name. If you guys can help me out, I totally forgot his name. But man, I don't think you have to draft. I don't like drafting running backs early. Especially first rounders. No, I'm not a big fan of that. John Jones, we need a linebacker on this team. It's been too long, 43 years. How I was told that. Yeah, it's 1978, 1979. I'm awake. Are you says Tyler Algier is a truck. I have to watch that kid. Slash says defense should be our main priority with all 3 first-round picks. We gave up over 3,700 yards on the season with average of 68% completion. It's horrible. Gannon has respected so many quarterbacks, like 6 to 8 quarterbacks over 80% completion percentage. It's ridiculous. The most passive defense, the most cautious defense, soft zone coverage. It's bad. It's really bad. He said, yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to pay Sanders either. It's the Eagles. I can't be mad at it. We'll see, but I don't know. We'll see how the year plays out. I guess we'll get an answer. Ryan Dick says, running back Damian Pierce out of the University of Florida. He's that perfect blend of power, vision, has great quick feet. 5th round steal. We get another 5th round steal in a running back. That'd be fantastic. John Jones says, why would you go after a running back? They could in the later rounds. They could. Like we have 3 first-round picks. They literally could draft 3 players that could play on the field day 1. You know what I mean? So Yang says the problem for the Eagles, the draft is there are about 12 true first-round talents. They are sitting at 15. I'm telling you, like they are in a perfect spot for this draft. They are literally in a perfect spot. I'm not even kidding. Guys. They are in more of a perfect spot than you could ever imagine. No joke. John says, yes, Big Chris will define how his career as a GM. Jonas says, Joey, are you in Philly 500 doing another draft reaction live stream like y'all did last year? It was good and hilarious. Yeah, so here's the plan for that. So me and Philly might be drafting the whole entire combine for a few days. So we're gonna be alternating channels on doing the combine. For the draft, we're going to be alternating channels for the draft. I was on Philly 500's channel for a few days. So what we're going to do is we're going to alternate channels and do the whole thing together all over again. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy it a lot. It was a lot of fun. G said, I feel like the Eagles should just stay at 15, 16. They could be a lot of good players. John Jones says there's that defensive tackle out of Georgia, 6'6", 330. Commissar said Bryce Young is the Joe Burrow of the 2023 draft. That's what I've been hearing. That's a name I've been hearing. Moy Cardi says Earl Campbell is better than Tyler Algier. Jazz Future prefer the UConn kid at DT Travis Jones. He has a motor. I would be interesting to see if they actually go after defensive tackle. I'm actually really happy. I'm actually really excited to see Milton Williams this year. I'm actually kind of excited after seeing him in that finale of how many reps he did get because we didn't play any starters. He got most of the reps. He was getting pressure like against the starting offensive line for Dallas. I thought he played really good. And he was a nice flash in the pan throughout the season. You know, he got his first sack in a game late in the season, but man, like more reps he gets, I mean, he's playing really well. So going into year 2 for Milton Williams, 3rd round pick out of Louisiana Tech. So should be interesting. I don't know if they're going to get rid of Fletcher. I don't know if they can get rid of Fletcher Cox at this point. Smitty caught 61 yards. What's going on, man? No, you're good, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. If you guys subscribe to the channel. There's 152 people in here right now. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell if that works. I really don't ask people to do it, but if you're having trouble getting into streams where you come in really late, just click the notification bell too. So when I upload any videos or have live streams set up, you'll get a notification immediately on your phone from that and on your computer. So definitely check that out. Check out if you haven't seen it up there. I got really bad at hand-eye coordination. We have membership for the Shake Squad Army membership channel memberships. If you guys haven't picked one up, pick one up because we have extra content on there. There's some content that I can't put on YouTube that's on there that's pretty bad, or we have draft reactions. We're going to have a lot of stuff added to the channel memberships. You could buy any tier. Doesn't matter what you buy. And we will have extra content on there. I've been uploading stuff on there, so you definitely see that. I have another video coming out, I think tomorrow, the next day. Every week there's a lot of stuff on there, probably 3 to 4 channel memberships a week video wise, extra content. So definitely description down below for the channel memberships, and in obviously the chat. Like the stream if you guys haven't either. Much love to everybody that's joined. Let's see here. Okay, we're good. I'm out. Turtle said, "You the man, Joey. You too, man. I appreciate you guys coming in." Michael says, "Round 1, I would choose defensive end and corner. Trade the 19th pick for the first next year. That I would definitely do that. Draft Christian Harris in the 2nd. 3rd would be a receiver. 4th would be a running back. I mean, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. You know what I mean? A linebacker. If Christian Harris drops to the 2nd round, I would definitely do it. Receiver, running back, 3rd, 4th round. Get some stud defensive players in the first 2 picks. I'm totally fine with that. Devin Lloyd is a beast. He is. He's really good. He's really good. Comment says we already have a top 10 offensive line. Oh, no, we do. We have a top 10 offensive line now. I think it's a top 5, honestly. And then if you draft another guy, you get a right guard in here, I think you're pretty much a top 3 offensive line in the league, or probably the best offensive line in the league for what you have. Obviously Jason Kelsey's going to be, if he retires or whatnot. Jazz says Gardner at 15, Johnson at 16, and offensive line at 19 is the dream. I like it. Sounds good. Frost YT said, I did a mock draft and I had the Eagles give a 15, a late 5th round, and a future first for Jets' 4th pick in the 1st round. A 4th round pick, I don't know if that's going to get you 8. If you're in the 4th round, you're trying to get Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, if you have the 4th overall, you're trying to get Aiden Hutchinson, which I don't know if he's going to be there. He's either going to Jacksonville or Detroit, top 2 pick. I don't think he's making it to the 3rd pick. That's just me. If I'm in 4, if I'm in 4th, I'm praying that Aiden Hutchinson drops down. I don't know if that's a little too early for Kyle Hamilton. Probably not. You could probably draft him there as well. Shono says Parsons would never be Defensive Rookie of the Year in Gannon's system. Well, that's true, bro. I think we all know that. I don't think anybody would be flourishing in Gannon's system right now. Comment starts, I'd rather have Devontae Smith than Micah Parsons. Imagine what Hurts would have looked like without Smith. Yeah, it would have been really bad. It would have been really, really bad. Jeff Hughes says Parsons was off their board. As you said, Micah Parsons would have been a wasted Gannon's defensive. That's what I'm saying. But we have to draft good players out of the draft. You know what I mean? What are we going to do? Because we have a crap defensive coordinator. We can't, it is what it is. I'm hoping he doesn't get his job back. I mean, I haven't heard anything about Gannon staying. That there was reports that he is staying with the Eagles for 2022. So maybe that's a really good sign for us as of right now. So I'm not really sure, but I mean, we'll find out. We'll find out. T. Patrick says we weren't getting Parsons. Dallas would have traded us that pick if we were taking Parsons. They would have just taken him at 10. Exactly. And then we would have missed out on Smith, and then we would have been screwed. So, Dylan Hart says, "Hey Joey, have you thought about doing any mock drafts?" Yeah, I mean it's really early right now, so I don't do mock drafts till later on. So, Dylan Hart says, "You and Philly 500 doing a mock draft or two?" Yeah, we might, definitely. We've been talking about it. Elijah Mitchell, there you go. That's the name I was looking for. That running back from San Francisco, I like a lot. Like that's what you could do. You could take a 6th-round pick? I mean, and look what he's doing. Andrew Will says, "Do you think Hurts can improve the passing game or reading the field that much in the offseason to actually take us to the postseason next year?" I don't know. I have no answer for that. I mean, I hope so. I mean, I hope he does. Do I have as my trust lying with Jalen Hurts being a franchise quarterback? He's not that guy right now. I mean, there's nothing really I say much about it. Like, I got to just see what he does. Like, if he makes the same repetitive crap mistakes that he's been making, then yeah, he's not going to go much. We're going to be giving up on Jalen Hurts after 2022 if that's the case. So, we have Tate Milligan says we need Russell Wilson if you're ever going to be Super Bowl contenders for next year's or more. I mean, I think at this point, like I think you just got to keep building your team this year. Keep Jalen Hurts as your quarterback because you trade for Russell Wilson depending on the draft picks you get. If you just say you give away 2 first-round picks for this for this 2022 draft, you miss out on a lot of players that you could get in here, for the next 4 to 5 years. You know what I mean? It's a problem. You know what I mean, to get him. So that's really up to Howie Roseman what his plan is at quarterback. Yang Gang says, "Does anyone know Philly these yards play in the per play on defense?" I don't know. John Jones says there's a chance they may want to get David Ajabo. He has an interesting story, just like Jordan Mailata. Yeah, no, Ajabo. I haven't read all of his story, but man, he has his length. Like I like those lengthy corners. I mean, those lengthy defensive ends. He's got big frame. He's got long arms. His pressure is really good. His lateral movement is fantastic. Freakish athlete. Oh my God. David Ajabo is great. Just great. Jazz said they don't value linebacker financially, prefer shop. A veteran free agent for a linebacker. I don't know who's available right now. I'm kind of done with getting even. I mean, if they're not planning on drafting one, they should just bring one in, but not on too much of a high cost either. Chris Scott said, "Yo, Shakes, can you check out the wide receiver from NDST? His name is Christian Watson. He reminds me of Cooper Kupp. His bigger than Kupp. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'll definitely go over some receivers this year. There'll be a whole bunch I'll definitely go over. Jets Future, I like running backs that move chains and dominate short yardage and red zone. Jamin Spacebrook says, "Do a mock draft, please. You are a go." Hey, dude. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do one. Yeah, we'll do one soon. I'm just trying to get through most of these draft prospects right now. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Cameron Holmes says, "Would you take John Mechie or Trey McBride?" I mean, I do like Trey McBride. John Mechie's good, but I like Trey McBride. Ryan Dickinson says, "I'll be at Jags versus Eagles game. I live in Jacksonville. And my brother is a diehard Jags fan. We'll be there. I'll root for those birds, bro." John Jones says, "Joey Howie, I think was asked. It's been 43 years that this team drafted a linebacker. He ignored it, and he's been ignoring it, obviously." Jazz Future McBride is a quality tight end, good draft for a position known to both. Bama wide receiver. Don't watch the draft. ACL tears. Yank says, "Joey, thoughts on double dipping D line first round?" I mean, they could, but I don't think they're going to do it. They can get a defensive tackle and a defensive lineman. Yeah, it'd be great. I think there's other positions you could definitely go after. I wouldn't go after 2 defensive linemen. That's why I think they should go after defensive lineman, 1 defensive lineman free agency, 1 in the draft, and then, kind of use the other pick to go grab somebody else and your second round pick to grab somebody else. Ron Kelsey, "I would love Ojabo, man. Oh, man, dude's a dog. He is." Clark Roberts, what's going on, man? He says, "Joey, what's good? Sorry I'm late getting ready for work." Hey, dude, I hope you have a good day at work, man, or a good night at work, I should say. But yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I appreciate coming in, dude. King Never Die says, do you think Darius Slay should get a contract extension? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Like, if he's extended for 2 years, I wonder what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I have no idea. But if they do that, I mean, they have to figure out this other cornerback position right now because I mean, look, they can keep Steven Nelson for another year if they want. They could if they really wanted to. The Steven Nelson commands more money. I wouldn't even. He's going to command more money. It's going to happen. I don't know if he's even going to be back at this point, so I'm not really sure. My club says we need a center if Kelsey retires. I don't think Kelsey's going to retire. I have a good feeling he's staying another year. But if he does, they have to draft Tyler Linderbaum. That's what I think. I think they have to draft him. If he's available at 15, 16, I think you have to draft him. And then hopefully get a pass rusher at that point. You know what I mean? So. Commissar J. Kelsey retiring for be a huge loss for offensive line. He's been so great for so long. I'm not sure if anyone could do any better. Yeah, it's going to be hard shoes to fill, man. It's going to be hard shoes to fill. Karen Holmes says Panthers drafting Hamilton. They got to cover Kyle Pitts. That could be it. Commissar 2022 is Hurts last year to prove something. Definitely, I agree. Samir Johnson says keep up the good work. Appreciate it, Samir. Appreciate it, man. King Never Dies said the RPOs got to stop. Well, as long as Jalen Hurts is the quarterback, the RPOs are never going to stop. And even with Gardner Minshew, they did some. Even in that Jets game, they did some RPOs, but they had him in shotgun. They had him do some different things. It looked like a totally different play. It looked like a different playbook when Minshew's in there because he's not the same quarterback as Jalen Hurts with the skill set. So. Johnson, we need a defense, period. Micah uses, damn, the Giants might take Lloyd and Hamilton. Chris Scott says, Jazz, you're crazy. Ojabo is going to be a serious game-changing edge rusher. John Jones said, Joey, I was in high school last time this team drafted a linebacker. Damn. That's crazy, bro. Raymond Spransberg says, what is the Eagles' future in the what is the Eagles' future in the draft? The future? I mean, there's different combinations they can go in this draft, whether it's pass rusher, linebacker, pass rusher, corner, pass rusher, safety. They could trade up for Kyle Hamilton if they want, and then take a pass rush. I mean, they get. There's plenty of things they could do in this draft to make it a game-changing defense with a few good players. I mean, plus you have a second-round pick on top of it. So I mean, there's going to be some hits in the second round as well. Jay Fatty says, who in free agency would you like to go after? When it comes to receivers, DJ Shark, if not a Calvin Ridley trade, I'd like to go over DJ Shark, Christian Kirk, if that's possible. Hassan Reddick at defensive end. I would like Chandler Jones. I know he's old, but I mean, it's just a rental for a couple years just to have something there in a rotation. I would pay a safety. I would give top 10 money to a safety. I don't care who it is. Jabril Peppers is definitely on my list for that. I don't know who else, honestly, free agency wise, because I'm not expecting them to go after that many guys, but just a few. John Jones says Howie thinks the linebackers we have are legit. I think, you know what I think? When Howie Roseman extended T.J. Edwards throughout the 2022 season on a one-year extension, I feel like he did that just because they weren't going to draft a linebacker. I mean, that's what I think. Because Davion Taylor, I thought, really had a good combination. I thought we found a really good combination with Davion Taylor and T.J. Edwards. The Davion Taylor's, he was hurt this past offseason. He was hurt in the 2021 offseason. Then he got hurt right before the bye week with a knee injury. And then he was out the rest of the year. So Davion Taylor's health issue is a big issue too. Chris Scott said the Giants need O-linemen. They're not taking Hamilton or Lloyd. So, yeah, so it looks like, I mean, they're losing. They're going to be getting rid of Bradbury. Barkley is going to be gone. Peppers is definitely going to be gone. So they're going to need a safety all over again and a cornerback. So I don't know what they're going to do. They definitely need to take offensive line. That's definite. CZ said, "What if Cross drops to 15? Cross? Who's Cross? I don't know some of these guys. Cross, I have no idea who that is." Michael says, would you sign Nelson for more money? I don't know. It just depends what it is. Like if it's outrageous to where it's like we need a pass rush. And like Steven Nelson like didn't really have a bad year. Like our corners were the strong suit of our defense for the first year in a long time. Corners played really well. Unfortunately, we just didn't get enough production from this pass rush, and it's just part of Jonathan Gannon's fault, but obviously what we have. 5-star FSG says, Joey, are you tired of people talking about getting Lil Wilson? Because I know I am. It's going to be talked about for a while, bro, unfortunately, Jack said if the Eagles can get the quarterback, then we will win games. Michael says, would you sign Peppers? Instantly. I think they should pay, whether it's Marcus Williams, Jabril Peppers. I would pay a safety top tier dollar. That's the one position we need to pay a lot of money. So if they go out in free agency and get a safety, they're probably not going to draft a safety. So Kyle Hamilton probably won't come here if they draft a safety in free agency. So, or if they sign a quarterback in free agency. So, or a safety, sorry, quarterback. I can't even talk today. If they sign a safety in free agency, I don't think they're going another safety in the draft. Comment starts, I wonder how Saquon Barkley would look behind a good offensive line. Probably really good. I think he would have had monster years if he was drafted in the right spot and they did right by him in that offensive line. I think he would have been a generational talent. But now coming off an ACL injury and, playing off of that, which players are never the same coming off of that, usually takes a little bit more time depending on the player. So, Jack said, imagine the Eagles becoming a defensive powerhouse next season and stack quarterbacks left and right. That's what I want. That's what I really want. We did it in the Super Bowl. We did it in the Super Bowl year when we had Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills, our two cornerbacks that really aren't that great, but our pass rush was amazing. And then moving Malcolm Jenkins all over the field as a bandage, kind of moving him around really bandaged up some of our coverage. And, he played every position when we needed him for matchups. You don't have that anymore. So it hurts. It does hurt. I thought Steven Nelson was average. I thought he was fine. I thought he was solid. So, let's see. Hymanog at 208 says Jermaine Johnson, Garner, and Linderbaum. Definitely a good one. John Jones says, Ronan, we need Harden. That was Maury's boy. I don't know how old Barkley is. He's like 25, 26 right now. I think 27. I don't even know how old he is. So there's 133 in the chat. Much love to everybody join the stream tonight. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. We do streams once a week so far. Well, twice a week with Philly 500 as well. We cover the Eagles every day. We have membership videos for the Shake Squad Army. Link is in the live chat for memberships. Link in the description as well. We have extra content on their draft reactions on draft highlights and a whole bunch of other stuff that I can't put on YouTube. So you get a tier in the Shake Squad Army. You get to see all that other content as well. So definitely check all that out. Check out some of the videos. We've been going for like an hour and 32 minutes. I think we're done for the day. I want to do like an hour. I got some other stuff I need to put out for tomorrow and the next day. So there's some other stuff I need to put out video wise and other stuff. So tomorrow I will be on Philly 500's channel tomorrow. I'll put a post out to let you guys know what time, probably 9:00, something like that tomorrow night, Eastern time. So definitely check that out. Had a lot of fun, guys. I mean, it's gonna be a roller coaster off season, and I'm excited about it, and it should be interesting. So, all right, guys, you guys have a fantastic day. I will see you guys later. Shakes what up, follow us on peace, fly. I can't talk tonight. I can't say anything. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm just tired. I don't know what it is, but subscribe to the channel, like the stream if you guys haven't, and we will see you guys later. Peace out, guys. Peace out.